Thank you so much for joining me and for speaking to me today. It's a pleasure again. And thank you for your time.
Most welcome, Ryan. Thank you for your time as well.
Rashed, I think perhaps to start with, what was the catalyst behind the launch of the Guardians of the Cyberspace comic? What prompted it to be in that form as opposed to an animated video, for example?
All right. So the Guardians of the Cyberspace concept was birthed by global marketing teams and aligned to a broader business campaign focused on promoting experts in enterprise cybersecurity. As you know, a comic is a great way to translate what could be seen as technical information and make it informative, educational, entertaining through storytelling. And Kaspersky frequently develops all kinds of materials from technical and research report into infographics and video content as well. A lot of this material is accessible publicly through our sites, like we have Secure List, we have Kaspersky Daily Blog, and also through our social media channels. With this in mind, our research and go-to-market teams are always exploring different content formats that enable us to share our market knowledge in acceptable and even fun content that audience can truly connect with.
Terrific. And what does Kaspersky hope to see this format instill in its readers?
Yeah. While the Guardians of the Cyberspace tells a story, at its core, it also highlights how increasingly sophisticated the cybersecurity landscape has become, while shedding light on some of the tactics attackers rely on to compromise systems and to promoting cybersecurity best practices and the need for expert security defenses, which is really important.
Rashed, as the threat landscape has evolved over the past 18 to 20 months particularly, has it brought with it a growing need for there to be greater awareness of cybersecurity threats?
Yeah, absolutely. Cybercrime is an extensive issue across the globe, including Africa, of course. As everybody knows, like during the pandemic, cyber criminals used the newfound time to improve their skills and test out new cybercrime methods. There has been increase in cybercrime of all kinds, from malware to advanced persistent threats, APTs. Even new hacking groups came with the new kinds of attacks. So in Kaspersky, we have also seen an increase in the number of professional cybercrime gangs. Our researchers currently monitoring more than 200 cybercrime gangs who have been launching targeted attacks against targets such as banks, governments, which is of course can also have an impact on end users and consumers. For example, phishing and related malware campaigns, which have grown in popularity by threat actors who are targeting people working outside of the relative relative safety of the office network. This means that every organization and consumer remain at risk for cyber attack, perhaps even more so given the normalization of the disturbed work environment.
Does the inherently technical nature of cybersecurity make individuals less confident in understanding the cyber threat landscape and what they can do about it?
I believe the IT threat landscape will keep growing. There will be more sophisticated technology becomes available, and no one is immune. In business, regardless of your company size, geographical location, or industry sector, you will be targeted. But this also extends beyond the corporate world. Individual users are vulnerable to hackers and having their personal informations, systems, and even banking compromised. So cyber criminals hunt for data of all kinds, personal details, photos, videos, and even ways that users interact with others. Usually this data is often stolen from social networks. Such stolen data is often posted elsewhere online to be sold to other criminals looking to make a profit.
Do you think the comic book approach will help make it more accessible for laypersons?
As you know, in a move designed to increase popular awareness of the increasingly sophisticated cybersecurity landscape, Kaspersky launched Guardian of the Cyber Trace. The focus is to provide more engaging, entertaining, educational tool highlighting the need of expert security defenses. So the reason of it is like, is to have this Guardians of the Cyber Trace is we are targeting people who can understand it in a better way so that we can raise their awareness regarding the cybersecurity.
Rashed, can you speak a little bit about the best practices and what individuals can do when a cyber breach has occurred?
Okay, so any successful defense strategy against sophisticated targeted attacks require the three pillars to be put in place. So first, preparing in-house experts with really proper tools to address incident and respond to it accordingly. Keeping up to date of the latest threat intelligence, which is really important in order to get proper visibility so that you can respond accordingly. Third, also to be backed up with external experts in order to provide you assessment based on their experts, based on their skills, so that they can support you and back you up. And of course, this is in general the three pillars. And if you want to get like examples of the best practices for individuals, we can say like, do not open any suspicious files or attachment received from unknown sources. Do not download and install applications from untrusted sources. Do not click on any links received from unknown sources. And also the a lot of suspicious online advertisement, usually the main issue with the individuals. Also, the password is really important. We have to create strong passwords, and of course, not to forget it. Always to be the system that you are using is to be install updates. Some of them may contain critical security issues fixes. Ignore messages asking for disable security systems. I believe this is common also. And last point, use trusted security solution fit to your system type and devices, such as Kaspersky Internet Security or Kaspersky Security Cloud.
I think if you had to narrow it down, what are the three threats that you would encourage companies and individuals to get a better understanding of?
First of all is the APTs. So APTs is more sophisticated, advanced persistent threats, which is really more sophisticated and needs really a good expert and able to understand how to be protected from. Mainly the APTs targeting the the advanced companies, not individual people. Second, the phishing, where mostly the phishing that when I give my recommendation and the best practice is not to do, mainly about the phishing which targeting the individuals, especially during the pandemic. We noticed a lot of increase in this regard. As I explained to you, like sending phishing emails, accessing open like spoof websites, stuff like that. And of course, yeah, mainly this is the main the two main attacks that I believe is one for the companies and other one for the individuals.
Thank you. That's most insightful. I think just finally, so will there be a Guardians of Cyberspace sequel?
We are very excited to see what the market engagement with the feedback on this first edition of the Guardians of the Cyberspace will be. Of course, we encourage readers to connect with Kaspersky in social media and share their feedback. I guess there is a lot of interest and demand for a sequel. We will have a look at recommending this to our creative teams.
Thank you so much. That was really terrific and very insightful.
Most welcome, Ryan. Thank you so much for your time.